Hey guys, Sega Saturn, back in the Showdown battle. This is a UU battle, but before it starts, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Noble Giratina. He commented on one of my last videos, showing that he actually paid attention to it. So, just comment on any of my videos, and I will randomly pick someone to shout out every Showdown battle. I do Showdown battles Sundays and Wednesdays, so you could get shouted out either time. But without further ado, let's start the battle. It starts off, he leads out with his Rotom Heat, and I go to my Abomasnow just to get the hail out there. He predicted that, goes for a Volt Switch on my Kingdra, and switches out to his Melodic. Now, he's got the advantage over me at this point. So on my Kingdra, I'm just gonna rest because I got the Chesto Berry. And boom, Resto Chesto, motherfucker. And then he goes for a Toxic, which, let's see how that ends up for my Kingdra. I gotta rest, so I could probably just get rid of it later in the game. But right now I'm gonna Dragon Dance. His Melodic's pretty defensive, but he goes for an Ice Beam. Doesn't do too much to Kingdra. So, let's see, what happens. He switches out to Grigus. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. Tongue motherfucking twister. Alright, he thought I was gonna outrage. I Dragon Dance again. I take that time to rest, get rid of that Toxic, but I'm still asleep. He goes for Haze, resets my stats, and next I think he Shadow Balls. I'm just trying to wake up. Oh, he goes for Knockoff. And I don't have an item. It might have been a misclick. You know, who knows? I don't know. You don't know. He goes for Shadow Ball. Lowers my special defense. Horrible luck on my side. Kingdra wakes up. She goes for a rest. Or he, it's a guy, Kingdra, goes for a rest. Uses Shadow Ball again with my lower special defense. So that rest was basically just a waste. I'm going to switch into Melota. He goes for another Shadow Ball. And Melota is immune. Now, let's see. I get leftovers, so the hail doesn't matter to Melota. He goes into Scrafty, and predicting that Psychic. And yeah, leftovers. Alright, I go for Close Combat because it's super effective on Scraggy, but that lowers my defense and special defense. He starts to bulk up, not knowing what's going to happen next. What happens next, Melota? Let's tell him. Relic Song doesn't kill him, but I go into Melota Pyro form, I think that's what it's called, which is weak to Dark, so I thought that was a pretty good choice on my part. So I take that time to Thunderbolt because Melota Pyro is pretty high speed and good attacker. Now he goes an Azelf, so I definitely have to switch out of there. Use the Psychic, and I figured Frostless might be able to live it, and she does, but it's deathly, basically. So he goes for Thunderbolt because his Psych is disabled. I go into Abomasnow, figuring he's going to Thunderbolt. So he gives a Rotom Heat, and I go for an Ice Shard, because Azelf has weak defense. And he goes for Overheat, takes down Abomasnow, but he gets the lowered special attack. Takes that hail damage, and I go to Chandelure with my Choice Scarf. He predicts it, goes to Melota, and I use Shadow Ball. It doesn't quite do half to Melodic, and I switch out into Kingdra, figuring the Scout or Waterfall. Either one is runnable on a Melodic. Now we're pretty evenly matched at this point, but battle's not over yet. So he goes for an Ice Beam. Kingdra lives it. I think Kingdra's, I'm gonna try to wake up again, go for rest, but I'm still asleep. This freaking dragon goes for an Ice Beam. Ugly ass piece of, alright, I go to Melota. Switch out into Glaceon because I misclicked. Pissing me off. I was screaming at that point. So he goes for Toxic, and Glaceon's gonna Wish, and I'm figuring Rotom Heat is going to use a Fire move, or Volt Switch, and it was a Volt Switch, because he thought I was gonna switch. Lucky for me, I still got Choice Scarf on Chandelure, so I get the Wish too. Whew, forgot about that, that's awesome. I Energy Ball, but, you know, he thought I was gonna switch, he goes for Toxic, and another Energy Ball, should take his Melodic down. But I think he does switch. Yep, he's a pansy ass mother, and he goes into Roserade, which is like Energy Ball does not crap at all. So I'm taking poison damage, and I'm gonna go to Frostless. He goes to Sludge Bomb, and Sludge Bomb gets disabled, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what Frostless is trying to do. Frostless, I think, yeah, I go for Destiny Bond with this Rotom Heat, and I should outspeed it, and I do. He goes for Trick. I get Choice Specs. He gets a Focus Sash. And let's see what happens next. He goes to Melodic, and I Destiny Bond again. I'm just going to keep Destiny Bonding until eventual death. He goes for Toxic, and the Toxic takes me down, but the Destiny Bond doesn't take him down. Kind of bummed me out, but it's whatever. I go to Melodic, I mean Melota. Yeah, I don't run Melota except for Pansy ass. So I take him down with a Thunderbolt. He goes in his Rotom Heat, and I Psychic. His Rotom Heat goes down. Let's see what happens next. He goes into Azelf. He Thunderbolts. It does quite a lot to Melota, but it doesn't quite kill it. I go for Psychic. It might have been a misclick. I figured he was going to switch. Probably just a misclick on my part. He goes for Thunderbolt, takes my Melota down, and he'll probably go down. Yeah, he goes down as well, so it's kind of like a Destiny Bond situation right there. And at this point, Chandelure can KO anything he has because of the Choice Scarf. So he goes to his Roserade, and I'm going to switch into Glaceon. I'm not trying to waste my Chandelure because I need him to win, basically. Need him / her, I'm not sure which it is. I think it's a girl. But his Roserade has hidden power, probably fire or fighting. Might be fighting. I go for an Ice Beam, take him down, and that's the end of the battle. So again, check out Noble Giratina battles, and comment on this video if you want. You might get a shout out on Wednesday or next Sunday. Thanks for watching, guys.